Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's a fabulous day out there. Listen, I often get asked why I'm on here and what am I doing and what is my purpose and all the rest of that stuff. People are trying to figure out what my motives are. And I'll be perfectly blunt with you. My motive initially was to vent, to get some of the thoughts that are in my head out into the ether and let them go where they go and do what they do. And then I can, think about think think other thoughts. Once those things are gone, I don't have to ruminate on them for much longer. Um, and it has sort of morphed into my observations of the internet and sort of what's playing out before all of our eyes on social media and in the world in general. And I do think that there is a massive epidemic of uh, liars and misrepresentations and con men that will say and do anything in order to sell their product, to make themselves look good or feel good or whatever the case may be. And it is brought into sharp focus on these apps. I was struck by the brunette plumber, who I think does a fabulous job. I have sort of seen her stuff as it's come up. I have never followed her, but I did this week because I commented on a couple of her posts, and I do think she followed me back. Part of the reason that I didn't follow her is I don't follow many women. I don't think that that's, uh, frankly, you can call me archaic or whatever. I don't think it's appropriate for to follow women that you don't know or haven't met. Um, I think it's a I think it's a bad look. And again, this is my thoughts, not yours, so you can all suck it. But I did notice as she was trying to share her opinions on women in the workplace, and I think she's noticing the same thing that I am, is that there are women and men that are out there representing the trades that are not tradesmen or women. And as she was doing this, I'm like, that woman has blue collar hands. And I encourage you all to stop this video and Google blue collar hands, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That is the one thing that you cannot fake in your life are your hands. You can't. You either have hands that you work with or you don't. The blue collar trade it is not fancy glasses, beards, fancy t-shirts. It is not tools. It is not money. Blue collar is these blue collar hands. And as you go into trade show season, I encourage you all to shake the hands of the people that you meet. And if you shake a influencer or someone that represents themselves as blue collar that has soft, supple hands, dude, there's no faking that. There is no faking that. And I think her name is Linda. I might get that wrong. But she says, I've been in the trade for 20 years. And I absolutely believe her because she has the hands to back it up. There are people on here that say, oh, I've been in the trade for X, Y, and Z. I'm like, no, dude, you've been pushing paper. You've been, in sales or in accounting or estimates or whatever it is. You are not on the tools as a blue collar. You may be part of the blue collar world tangentially. You're like an NPC in the in the blue collar world. Like you're not the one that's actually doing the work. You're the one that's, has the supplies ready. You're the one that keeps the coins. I'm not that much of a gamer. I'm trying my best here to relate to the Gen Zers or the Gen Alphas, whatever it is. Anyway, the point is there has been a massive attempt by people to co-op what blue collar means and who represents us. And I'm here. Part of my reason to be here is to push back at that narrative and say, no. I don't need you to speak for me. I can speak for myself. I frankly, I never shut up. And I witnessed my own boys, my own sons, who are 27 and 25, turning 28 and 26 this year, are actually fully fledged, full blooded plumbers. They did a killer job out there in Saskatchewan. They were on their own. They phoned me maybe 4 or 5 times related to the job, and every phone call was basically a conversation of clarity. This is what we want to do, Dad. We're going to do this, this, and this. Do you have any issues with it? I'm like, nope, that sounds good to me. None of it was like, I don't know what to do, Dad. I don't know. Tell me what to do. None of it was that. And I honestly couldn't be prouder of that. They are working on their blue collar hands. They've got scars and they're thickening up a bit. They're not quite there yet. Go ahead, look at blue collar hands. They are not quite there, but they're getting there. And they will have them because they are immersed in the blue collar trade. And I could not be prouder of them. And I think it's disrespectful to those efforts of them and others that we let the fun and fancy folks speak for us in this blue collar world. It needs to stop. I encourage every single one of you that is blue collar to speak up for your experiences and what you see through your lens. Everything I say here is through my lens, right? Which is an incredibly myopic, look up that word, view of the world. I understand that, but it is my if their opinion matters, my opinion matters. And because I have the experience and the stories and the hands to go with it, I don't need to sell t-shirts. I don't need, oh, look at, I have a beard, so I must be blue collar. There are thousands, hundreds of thousands of dudes out there, and you've seen the memes that have beards that can't change, have beards but can't change a tire. F those guys. Um, you are LARPing as men, and there are hundreds of dudes on here that are LARPing as blue collar that are not. And just a side note, I am working on taking some online classes on how to edit my videos better. So you can look forward to that stuff coming down. And there are going to be some fantastic videos on the exposure of the chongos and the meatheads and the chachis that are lying to you about who they are and how they represent themselves and how they got there. So you can look forward to that. As usual, I feel better after getting that all off my chest. The next one, we're going to talk about wholesalers. I had a lovely chat with all of my wholesalers yesterday. They know exactly how I feel. They, at least to my face, respect what I have to say. And we're going to make things right about what happened in our last job there. And we're going to move forward and be better and bigger and more awesome than we've ever been. As usual, those are my thoughts, not yours. Get out there and kill it. Get out there and beat up those hands and turn them into objects that you can be proud of. My thoughts, not yours.